Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Today we're headed to Fredericksburg, Texas. Fredericksburg is a vibrant city with a rich history and culture. It was founded in 1846 by German immigrants under the Society for the Protection of German Immigrants in Texas. The society, also known as the Adelsverein, was founded by Prince Karl of Solms-Braunsfeld and Count Joseph von Castell. The Adelsverein goal was to establish a German colony in Texas that would be free from religious and political persecution. As we go through our walk today, we'll see a number of historic buildings and historic sites, including here the National Museum of the Pacific War. One of the first buildings we see on our historic walk here in Fredericksburg, Texas, is the old Nimitz Hotel. It was built around 1860. It's now used as the National Museum of the Pacific War. Charles Henry Nimitz Sr. purchased this property in 1855, and by 1860, the Nimitz Hotel was hosting stagecoach travelers and soon became a center for community activities. The steamboat facade was added in the 1870s when the hotel was expanded. Fleet Admiral Charles W. Nimitz of World War II fame spent time in his grandfather's hotel, and hence the museum is located here today. Here's a statue of Admiral Nimitz. The first German settlers arrived in Fredericksburg on May 8, 1846. They were led by John O. Musbach, who had been appointed commissioner of the Adelsverein. The settlers' town named the town Fredericksburg, which means Frederickstown in German. The early settlers of Fredericksburg faced many challenges. The land was difficult to farm and the weather was harsh. However, the settlers were determined to succeed, and they worked hard to build a new life for themselves in Texas. Fredericksburg quickly became a thriving community. The settlers built homes, businesses, and churches. They also established schools and a hospital. The town became a center for German culture and education in Texas. Fredericksburg also played an important role in the Texas Revolution. In 1847, the town was the site of a battle between Mexican and Texan forces. The Texans were victorious, and the battle helped to secure Texas's independence from Mexico. After the war, Fredericksburg continued to grow and prosper. The town became the major center for agriculture and tourism and is now home to over 50 wineries in the Texas Hill Country. This stone building here that's now a restaurant was once the Keidel Memorial Hospital. It was built in 1883. It was constructed by Charles F. Priest of limestone from a quarry off Bear Mountain Road near town. The building began as a general store and hardware store on the ground floor with living quarters up front. In 1938, the building was expanded and converted into a hospital by Dr. Victor Keidel. Today, the structure is once again utilized for retail and restaurant space. One of the most distinctive buildings here in downtown Fredericksburg is the White Elephant Saloon that was built in 1888. The White Elephant Saloon was built by John W. Kleck. 3 double doors provided entry to the saloon, with the bar along the west side of the structure. The upper room of a 2-story frame addition at the back of the building was the site of gambling involving higher stakes than those allowed in the main saloon. The building is currently undergoing renovation. Temple D. Smith, born in Virginia, commissioned Alfred Giles to build the Bank of Fredericksburg building, which we see here in front of us. It reflects the Richardsonian Romanesque design architectural style. The first floor served as the bank, with the second floor devoted to Mr. Smith's residence. The building served as a bank until 1936. Ahead of us is a reconstruction of the old Vereins Kirche building. The original Vereins Kirche, or Society Church as it was translated, was the first public building in the settlement of Fredericksburg. It was located in the middle of San Saba Street, which was renamed Main Street. It was to serve as town hall for meetings, as a schoolhouse, as a lookout for protection against Native Americans, and as a church for all faiths. The original structure was removed following the town's Golden Jubilee in 1897. This reproduction was constructed in 1935 and completely refurbished in 2020. Inside, you can find exhibits that tell the story of this iconic Fredericksburg structure. We're coming up upon the Schwartz building, which was built in 1907. This building was constructed by Charles Schwartz, and it's a limestone building that was used to house general merchandise and a dry goods store on the ground floor, and upstairs was living quarters for the Schwartz family. We're now walking past the Rudolph Itz Saloon and Home. Although no dates are really known, based on construction methods, this complex of the main building and log cabin date back to the earliest days of Fredericksburg, serving as a saloon, butcher shop, and beer distributorship throughout the years. Rudolph's Saloon advertised in the 1910 Gillespie County Fair catalog that they sold ice-cold Pabst and city beer, soda, and mineral water, cigars, and more.
Wait, wait.
We're now coming up to the Pioneer Museum here in Fredericksburg. This first building we see is known as the Weber Sunday House. This Sunday house was built in 1904 near the corner of West San Antonio and South Cherry Streets by Mr. and Mrs. August Weber. It was moved to the grounds of the Pioneer Museum in 1972. Many of the original Sunday houses were enlarged and remodeled over the years, so this property offers an authentic glimpse of what a Sunday house looked like in Fredericksburg. Now a part of the Pioneer Museum, this house that we see here, this had 4 front rooms. It was built in 1894 by German settler Henry Commo I. There's a smokehouse and rooms that were added in the back of the house in 1875. A general store was operated in the front room from 1875 all the way to 1924. On this corner, we see 2 historic churches, both named St. Mary's Catholic Church. The building on your right, which is referred to as Old St. Mary's Church, was construction began in 1860 and was completed in 1863. The church is built in a cruciform, which is typical of early Christian churches. The 12 Gothic arch windows commemorate the 12 apostles, originally had clear glazed glass, which was replaced with blue cathedral glass. St. Mary's Catholic Church, the other church that you see here on your right, or on your left, was built in 1908. This church is still referred to by many local residents as the New Church. Known as one of the painted churches of Texas, St. Mary's is adorned with beautiful stained glass and stenciling and is an outstanding example of Gothic architecture. Ahead of us is the old Gillespie County Courthouse. It's now used as the Pioneer Memorial Library. It was erected between 1881 and 1882, and it was the second courthouse in Gillespie County and used until 1939. This building was designed by Alfred Giles using native stone, which shows us the fine balance and symmetry of the building. It was restored as a library in 1966. This stone building we see here is the Frank Vanderstucken house. It was built around 1850. Frank Vanderstucken, a native of Antwerp, Belgium, came to Texas at age 15 in the company of Henry Castro, a French colonizer. He married Sophie Schoenwolf, and their son, Frank Valentine Vanderstucken, was born in this house in October of 1858. I hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks tour here in Fredericksburg, Texas. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll join you on the next walk. Take care now. Bye.